So, interesting day in Denver yesterday, huh, brother? What do you think of what happened there?
Layers and levels of intrigue there. You know, NFL media, it was Tom Pelissero who made the comment that Russell Wilson has lost portions of the locker room. Now, Pelissero, I think, has tried to walk it back, but he really hasn't erased the thing that he said about the locker room and Russell Wilson, and it doesn't strike me as some ridiculous jump to make given everything that's transpired in Denver this year. But between that, the whole birthday party thing, which to me on the surface is dumb. I only chimed in on the birthday party because Mike Kliss of 9 News in Denver, who covers the team and tends to skew just a little bit. You offended him a little bit toward pro Broncos. He tried to take the fact that half the team was present for the birthday party as a positive. It's like, whoa, time out. Half the team wasn't there either. So that's what made it hit my radar screen. It feels like there's an effort internally and externally to kind of prop things up and make things seem better than they are. I mean, it should have been the event of the year. They probably didn't have pigs in a blanket and Kool-Aid at the Russell Wilson surprise 34th birthday party hosted by Ciara. They got the money to have good food, good drink, good entertainment, good time. You go support the quarterback. It's a surprise party. Everybody's there. We all love him, yada, yada. So I wouldn't have said a word about it if I didn't feel like someone was trying to make me think that half attendance was good, because half attendance can be characterized exactly the other way. But, Rich, the most significant development, in my view, was when Nathaniel Hackett was asked yesterday if he would change quarterbacks if he thought it would help the team win, and he said, right now, no. And immediately tried to do the cleanup on aisle 5 at the local Walmart after the press conference, getting Kliss on the phone, saying, I misspoke. Really? Did you accidentally tell the truth? Because that's usually what happens when someone says something they have to clean up. They accidentally didn't say the thing that they should have said. They accidentally told the truth. So it's a weird time for the Broncos. Books will be written about what happened this year, and I can't wait to read them. I'm not interested in writing them, but I'm very interested in reading them.
Yeah, Hackett said that Russ is our quarterback, and Mike Kliss was the one who tweeted that out. And so those two tweets from a longtime reporter in Denver, I think those are the bookends of the crazy day. I thought the words "right now" came out because he does have people in the locker room that he needs to address about how the offense is not helping. The offense is hindering, to use the phrase that lit up New York and New Jersey a couple of weeks ago, letting the defense down. And he didn't give the Zach Wilson answer of no, Russ, there is no scenario in which I'm envisioning benching you. He said right now. And I thought that was maybe a tip of the cap and a nod to those in the locker room saying, what the hell's going on with the offense? That's the way I took that to mean before the cleanup.
Right, and then the cleanup happened because I think others may have approached Hackett as he exited the podium and raised with him that probably wasn't the best thing to say under the circumstances, and that's when the mop and the bucket came out. But I think it would have been better to just own it. Why even bother? You attract more attention to it. You make yourself seem either incapable of accurately telling the truth or incapable of owning your truth, whatever your truth may be.
Sure. I mean, like Mike, I think it's just the answer would be, look, I see what everybody's getting at here. The offense has been totally unacceptable lately, and we're working on it. I'm working on it because he can't bench the guy because you're not going to put Brett Rippon in there if your seat's anywhere remotely hot. Certainly when if you tell, I mean, as I said earlier in the program, it's fine for Robert Saleh to say his young quarterback, just 20 starts into his career, needs a reset. You can't sit here and say, yeah, I was hired to be attached to the hip for Russ and vice versa. I need a reset just 12 games in. I mean, that you can't do that. You just can't.
And the core question, as I see it, Rich, how much of this is a failure of Nathaniel Hackett to properly adjust his system, his offense? And a lot of coaches get so tied to their system, they're not flexible when it comes to making their system accentuate the positive and minimize the negative of the player. How much of it is Hackett just isn't doing the things that are good for Russ, and how much of it is Russ? And this may be the answer. Russ may have lost at age 34 just enough of his mobility that he has lost confidence in his legs, and that in turn has shaken his faith in his game. And it doesn't take much. Think back to Super Bowl 55 with Patrick Mahomes. He had lost just enough of his speed and elusiveness from that turf toe to get him in a position where the Tampa Bay front four could get to him and put heat on him, and he couldn't run away from them like he usually runs circles around people when he's healthy. For Russ, at a fairly young age, he doesn't run like he used to, vertically or laterally. You take that away from him, what do you have left? What have you constructed that he does well? What does he really do well at this point if he doesn't run like he used to? I think that's the real question. And for the Seahawks, they pulled the ripcord at the absolute perfect time to move on from Russ before the decline began. And we don't expect the decline to begin in the early 30s when you got Tom Brady playing into his mid-40s. But for some of these guys, and I put the flag in the ground for Mahomes, Josh Allen, any of these young quarterbacks that we see running all over the place, we just assume they're going to be able to do that until their late 30s. That may not be the case.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.